Because what we are protesting against is the Chinese locking students of the University of Nairobi out of the class with their teachers.
Hey, it appears the Chinese over there in Kenya, they locked out the Kenyan students from this Narobi conference hall meeting. The doors are locked right there, and they ain't gonna let the those Africans in. Now, this is their native indigenous country. The Chinese went over there thinking they can lock those Africans out of their own goddamn buildings. Now, you give folks an inch, they will take a foot. The same thing is similar, but not exactly, because within Africa, it's the dictators, the corrupt dictators that are being bought off, and the majority of the people, like these guys, are suffering. All right, the Chinese have bought off these African leaders, dictators, give them weapons, money, cash, and the weapons are basically to squash any type of protest or pushback that the citizenry will give to the government and the dictators that have compromised with the Chinese. But it's mainly these dictators that either the Western countries put in power, or it's just basically, in my opinion, most of these dictators over there are sociopaths. All right, now in Black America, you got Asians, Koreans, you got Asians, Hispanics, all these different races in Black neighborhoods opening up shops, selling their product, doing business in Black neighborhoods. So it's no different. It's like I said, there is some difference in comparison because you have those corrupt leaders over there going along with it. But within Black America, I think that the Koreans, Chinese, those folks, the Asians, they network and communicate with each other. So you got business owners, Chinese business owners in New York who communicate with Chinese business owners in Cali. I mean, you got to understand that not everybody's a fucking business owner. The business owner sector is a small group. They all network and communicate with each other nationally. Okay? So if a Chinese businessman doesn't know how to deal with its Black customers, let's say in Tennessee, he is going to call a Chinese businessman in New York or in Washington, D.C. or Los Angeles and get advice on how to deal with the Black customers or how to deal with Black people in general. And the Chinese folks who are in New York, who have experience dealing with Black folks, they tell and give advice to these other Chinese folks on how to deal with them. And if you go to a lot of these cities, Chicago, New York, Baltimore, Los Angeles, where these different immigrants are, especially Asians, they will block and lock Black folks out of all types of businesses. And see, they pass on the same message to other Chinese, whether they're in Africa, whether they're in fucking Chicago, Baltimore, D.C., or New Jersey. So it's a small network. And it's not only the Chinese. White folks network like this as far as business owners. The white business owners, they trade notes on how to deal with their Black population as far as employment. You know, a white business owner in New York is going to get his business advice from a white business owner in Cali. All right. So, for example, if you have a bunch of, you got a bunch of real estate agents who own property, right? If they all get together, I'm talking about they all from different parts of the country, south, east, and west. They all get together and they have their meetings. And if they all get together and say, listen, we're not going to be accepting no more Section 8 vouchers. We're not accepting none of them. And these are all fucking real estate agents, landlords across the goddamn country. They have meetings. They all get on one accord and reject all Section 8 vouchers. What happens? The folks who are on those Section 8 vouchers are going to be shut out of luck. Same thing with the employment thing. If these employers network and get together and they come up with a certain strategy on how to fucking ostracize, delegitimize, or cut the financial abilities of black folks, whether in Africa or whether here, they're going to do it. And this is what you got over there in Kenya right now.
We cannot allow, because this facility was constructed in order to ease the pressure that was there. We couldn't have a place where we could run. But still, the Chinese have come in and they claim, and I want people to understand this clearly, they claim they bought 2 floors in the town, University Town. 2 floors. University has given them land, they have constructed their headquarters, Confucius Institute, along Arboretum Way, which is a huge facility, perhaps on 2 acres of land.
Hey, these dudes got 2 options, man. Either they're going to put pressure on their government officials for allowing these Chinese to go in there and do what they're doing, or they got to just take it to the Chinese themselves, these individual African folks. Those are your 2 options, dude. I mean, fuck all. Look, you got to be logical in these kind of scenarios. It's the government's job to make sure this type of stuff's not happening. And this is your fucking country over there, dude. No pushback. And I use the same argument for us as black Americans over here. It's like, you have the Asians, Hispanics, different groups running shop in our neighborhoods. And it gives off the impression that we don't want to govern ourselves. We like to be dependent for other people. We like to depend on other people for our basic necessity. It's like, it's no big deal. I mean, like a lot of us think that way. It's no big deal. You go down the street in the morning to go get your coffee or get your bag of chips or some shit, and you're standing in line in your own fucking neighborhood, and you realize, who's this Arab in my fucking neighborhood making money? Why aren't I here in this store behind that register owning this business? I lived on this block 30 years. That's what these dudes living in those areas down there should be saying to themselves. I mean, especially if you're in the situation in which your finances are tight. But no, a lot of us just walk in those areas down there, have no problem with going inside, giving our money to these different racial groups, not understanding they're just pulling money out from you, and they're not putting money in. So they're taking your money, they're not employing you, and they're not shopping at your business. So that's like you fucking just taking money out of a bank account and never depositing no money. You're just constantly taking money out, and there's no back and forth. You're not putting money in and taking money out. No, you're just taking money out. And that's what the relationship is between these Koreans, Asians, and black neighborhoods. They just they pull. And it's a fair exchange, don't get me wrong. Nobody's forcing us to go and give our money to them. I'm just giving you, I'm trying to illustrate to you on how, like, you cannot survive when somebody is taking your money, but not spending money with you, and not employing you. And when you let this go on for too long, the people that are fucking you over like this begin to really think that you're just a bunch of kids that can be easily fucking controlled. And this is why within Black America, the reason why it's possible for those other groups to come in and open up shop with very little pushback is because for the past 40 to 50 years, Black America's been a matriarch. And it's a lot easier for these other groups to come in and set up shop in predominantly black areas when you don't have decent fathers were not picked to father these children. All right. When you got little Juju and baby Tech Nine and Pookie as fathers, all right, those guys are not going to push back at the foreigners that are infiltrating and invading their neighborhoods. Now, those guys are going to look at it as, oh, okay, I don't gotta open the business. I can just go down there and buy my Black and Miles from these Asians, and it'd be no big deal. So it's like the matriarch has made it possible. A lot of guys say gynocracy. I agree with the word gynocracy, but I don't use that word. But yeah, that's what made it possible. That's what made it possible for all these groups to make a move into black neighborhoods. Look, you will not be able to go to the village of these folks in their native home country and open up shop, open up a business, because they have decent, productive fathers that the women picked to run the neighborhood and to raise the children. Like I said, in Black America, you don't have that. You don't have that. You have a bunch of immature guys who don't even understand the basics of controlling their own neighborhood outside of, selling drugs and fucking doing self-destructive shit. Fuck.
Yet, they're closing us out. Where do we go? We go to run under trees? Is this Chinese colonialism? Colonization? They have gone too far. We know the Indian Mahatma Gandhi Foundation built education building, and they donated to the university in the early 70s. UNESCO built education building, gave it to the university. The Israelis did the investment, they gave it to the university. Many institutions donate to this university, but the Chinese...
Hey, listen, go to Baltimore, man. Go to New Jersey, where Chinese are. Go to New York. You will realize that they have their own section of towns where black folks don't even want to go. Don't get me wrong. Black folks don't even want to go. But even if some of us wanted to go, they probably wouldn't let you. When it's a private establishment, they have the right to refuse service to anybody. But I'm just saying, like, this is the strategy they pass on to other Chinese in different parts of the world, especially in Africa, when they're dealing with black folks. All right, I'm telling you, dude, the Chinese will pull the same shit that they're pulling right here in Kenya. They'll do that same shit over there in New York or in LA. Why? Because the Chinese who, like I said, do business in New Jersey and treat black folks a certain way, they pass on those same strategies and techniques to the Chinese in China that are going to be going to Kenya and in other parts of Africa.
Have come to grab the university. It's not right.
So, hey, let's hop into this article real quick, man. This is what happens when you allow groups to come over and you don't really have any control over it. Hold on. All right, let's hop into this article real quick. See what else they got to say in here. Hey, this is unfortunate, but this is what goes on, man. When you don't carve out your own portion of the pie and make it clear and draw that line, this is what you're going to get. Motherfuckers ain't going to respect. University of Narobi has distanced itself from a video clip that shows one of its lecturers protesting for being barred from using a lecture hall at the, I don't know what that is, Conference Institute. In the clip, Dr. Richard Borzi can be seen asking some of the students why the UN has allowed the Chinese to grab the institution. What we are protesting is the Chinese locking students out of the facility with their lecture. We cannot allow it. Borsch can be heard. He then wonders if they want them to learn under trees. Is it Chinese colonialism? They have gone too far, charged Dr. Bolsoro. Hey, dude, what you gonna do about it, bro? What the fuck? I mean, I'm like this. You have to put pressure on your political leaders. Okay? And if that don't work, then you gotta make those Chinese uncomfortable living there. That's just the way it gotta be, dude. Move real estate. You know how to fucking... I mean, look. The bottom line is this. Look, I'm gonna say it like this, man. You gotta know how to move real estate. And that's just why I said Black America is different than within what's going on in Africa. Yeah, these foreigners are in those black inner city areas where the ghetto is. They're doing all that business and shit. But at the end of the day, those foreigners can be made to leave quick. All right? That's easy. As far as in those black inner cities, they can be made uncomfortable very, very fast by the people who live over in those areas. If those black guys down there were strategic and logical and business thinkers, well, they don't all gotta be business thinkers. If they had an element of black dudes, like, about 15, 30 black dudes with high IQs, organizing and giving orders on how to construct a business and on how to expand into the areas in which these foreigners are in, it could take place. But the reason why, like I said, it's different in terms of Black America is because, again, those foreigners can be made to leave. In terms of Africa, over there in Kenya, no. No matter how much pressure the people put on those Chinese folks, the dictators are not going to fucking budge. The dictators are going to stand behind the Chinese more than they are their own citizens. And that's where the citizenry is going to lose over there in Kenya. So it's like, I mean, they're going to, like I said, try to do it themselves, which is going to be kind of pointless, but to try at the very least, because the government's going to back those Chinese 100%. And this is that selfish sociopathic shit. But at the same time, most of these presidents and dictators in Africa for the past 40 years have been boomers. There hasn't been a millennial given that opportunity and the chance to run and change shit, or a Gen Xer. So, give some hope. Have a little bit of hope for him. Dr. Borsar, I don't know what kind of name that is, who is also the university's academic staff union, NON chapter chairman, was protesting the Chinese allegedly locked students from accessing the lecture room at the university. Not a property of the People's Republic of China, but according to the Director, Corporate Affairs of UON, John Corey, the Conference Institute at the University of Narobi is not a property of the People's Republic of China. The attached video by this guy, Dr. Bozari, is misleading and ill-intentioned, said Corey. His sentiments are personal and do not reflect the correct position. This class has been assigned a different lecture hall. According to Dr. Basari, the Chinese claim they bought 2 floors in the tower. The university has given them land. They constructed a huge facility, perhaps on 2 acres of land, yet they are closing us out. Bizarre. Alleged. Hey, man, I'm done, dude. This is what happens when you allow people in and you want to have your hands, arms open. Hey, and y'all black folks in the Southeast, man, I'm telling you, you better start keeping your eyes on this fucking illegal immigration shit, because y'all be sleeping over there. I mean, look, the East Coast is solid, but at the same time, it's like you can't allow the South to become the West Coast as far as population, because once that shit happens, things fucking change big time. Everything is good when black folks have a large population. For the most part, we don't fuck around and fuck with people, you know? But, yeah, man, shit. This is what happens when you are dependent on other folks for your basic necessities. And it's only going to get worse for those Africans over there. But I really think that these fucking Asians be fucking networking on how to deal with their black customers, how to deal with their black employees and shit. Same thing with these white business owners. I mean, this is a nationwide thing, dude. Like, you got to understand something. The business community is a small community. You got dudes who own businesses in Cali, right? And businesses be so good, they want to expand, so they'll open a business up in New York. And they all have meetings and shit where they fly out to one part of the country and they all get together and they crunch their brains on different things. And the topic come up, hey, man, what are you going to do with these black folks, these black guys' employment? Let's just stop hiring them. And then they all agree on some shit like that, dude. That's how they can squeeze you out of the financial market, economic market, the employment market. All right. I mean, this is what happens when you are totally dependent on other folks for your basic survival. And when you have a skill or a marketable trade that's portable, you can move it around. That makes you more of an asset. So that's going to be my video, man. I'm going to be done.
We thinking about better days. Time to question our lifestyle, look how we live. Smoking weed like it ain't no thing. So even kids wanna try now, then lie down and get ran through. Nobody watches them clocking the evil man do. Faced with the demons, addicted to hearing victims screaming. Guess we was evil since birth, product of cursed semens. Cause even our birthdays is cursed days. A born thug in the first place, the worst ways. I love to see the block in peace, with no more dealers and crooked cops. The only way to stop the beast, and only we can change. It's up to us to clean up the streets, it ain't the same. Too many murders, too many funerals, and too many tears. Just seen another brother buried, plus I knew him for years. Passed by his family, but what could I say? Keep your head up and try to keep the faith, and pray for better days. Days, better days, better days. Hey, better days. Got me thinking about better days. Better days, better days, better days. Hey, better days. Got me thinking about better days. Thinking back as an adolescent, who would have guessed that in my future years I'd be stressing? Some say the ghetto's sick and corrupted. Plus my PO won't let me hang with the brothers I grew up with. Trying to keep my head up and stay strong. All my homies slinging yo all day long. But they wrong, so I'm solo and so broke. Saving up for some Jordans, cause they dope. I got a girl and I love her, but she broke too. And so am I can't take her to the place she wanna go to. So we argue and play fight all day and night, making passionate love to the daylight. Plus we about to get evicted, can't pay the rent. Guess it's time to see who really is your friend. You tell me you pregnant and I'm amazed. So many blessings while we stressing, looking for them better days. Better days, hey, better days. Got me thinking on better days. Better days, better days, better days. Hey, better days. Got me thinking on better days. Now me and you was real cool, hell on them square fools. Since back in high school, we was true, me and you. Hardly parted or separated, we stayed faded. Affiliated with gangbangers and still made it. Up in the gym, mess with me, gotta mess with him. Still dressing like grown men when rolling. Out in the dark, smoking Newports, gaming marks. Got a place in my heart, homie, stay smart. Locked you up in the pen and gave you 3 to 10. I send you letters with naked flicks of old friends. Hoping you well, I know it's hell doing time in the cells. You need mail when you in jail. And me, I'm doing cool. I settled down, had a family, working in night school. Every once in a while I reminisce and I wonder how we ever came to this. I miss the better days. Better days. Hey, better days. Got me thinking on better days. I want the better days, better days, better days. Hey, better days. Got me thinking on better days. Better days. This one out. Better days. To all the homeboys down in Clinton lockdown, hey, Rikers Island. Days. All them dudes I was locked up with. We're getting to the better days. E block, F block, better days, better days, better days. NIC in Rikers Island. Hey, downstate. All the peoples I met along the way. We're getting to the better days. Better days is coming, homeboy. Better days, better days. Looking for the better days. Hey.